Good evening, fuckers, and here we are with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. This is a request made by LightheWorld, his second one. As I keep saying, no problem with, requesting multiple times. So, once this one's done, if he has any more, he knows the drill by now. So, for this one we are doing the Riviera line, Cornish south coast. We are starting at Exeter St David's, and we are heading to Paignton. He also wanted a stop at Torquay. Now Torquay is pretty bloody close to Paignton, so those two stops are going to be like right close to each other. So I'm going to throw in another stop. We'll have a stop at Dawlish, which is quite a scenic part of the route. So as far as loco, he gave me free rein, so I went with the class 117 DMU. The reason for it is that if you're going to choose a scenic route, you're really going to want to see quite a bit of it. And as you will see when we get underway, this thing has very large front windows, so yeah, you get quite a good view of the route as we are going along. Put it this way, you certainly see far more in this than you will do if I'd chosen the class 37. So as far as weather goes, I basically set it so that you get the best view of the lot. So yeah, summer, completely clear skies. We're starting at midday. I'll just also add the DMU. I've made it a 6-car DMU, so there are a few gradients on this line. Some of them are quite steep, so I'd be interested to see if this thing has the power to shift all 6 cars up some of these hills. Anyway, let's get this underway. So the class 117 is another one of those early DMUs that has a manual gearbox. So yeah, we have the pleasure of me doing the old manual gears. So anyway, here we are. I don't know why it has Dunster there. We're not going anywhere near there as far as I'm aware. I can't actually place where Dunster is, but I suspect it's not even in Cornwall. So being pretty much in the middle of Exeter, this isn't the most scenic part of the route by any stretch of the imagination. Let's let passengers on and off while we are here. Sounds like the doors have closed. Not so much closed as absolutely slammed shut. So there you go, all 6 cars. Let's get underway. So yeah, this journey 28.2 miles, by no means the longest. But despite being somewhat short, it should be, as I say, fairly scenic. And you can see what I mean about the how clear the view is. Huge windows in the front of this thing, and we have side windows as well, but I keep the view sort of here, and obviously we'll have some exterior shots as well, so we'll get the full works. So crossing what I assume is the River Exe. We'll very soon be into a 75 mph section. I certainly don't think we're going to be breaking any speed limits before we get in there. So Exeter St Thomas is the first station, but we'll be going straight through that one. I don't think that 100 mph speed limit increase that's coming up is really going to apply to us. I'd be very pleasantly surprised if we can get to 75 in this thing, let alone 100. Well, we're certainly not going to be going up to 100. I have a feeling this thing is going to top out at about 65 at best. So there we are through Exeter St Thomas. Yeah, to put it mildly, we have not reached the scenic part of the route yet. Is there anywhere where it tells us what our max speed is in this thing? No. There we have our very simple controls there. Not the most sophisticated in machinery. So we're now in the 100 mph section. We didn't even get up to 75 of the previous section, let alone this one. It does look like we do have an AWS system of some kind here in this thing. It also looks like 67.6 is definitely this thing going at its absolute peak. So for once I wasn't too far off with my prediction that this thing would top out at 65. So we're pretty much making a beeline for the coast on this section. We don't exactly start particularly far away from the coast. They're obviously running this modern version of this line. Certainly helps as far as the speed limits that are enforced and being able to see the signals. But there is also a version of this route, the Riviera in the 50s, which is primarily steam. In fact, unless you get the hydraulics loco, yeah, that particular loco DLC, they're all steam. It is, yeah, some nice scenery on the approach to the coast. But obviously with this particular line, yeah, it is all about the section that is going right the way along the coast itself. And that's the part that everyone remembers. And that's why I'll stick in, yeah, the extra stop that LightheWorld didn't ask for. So he only wanted the one extra stop at Torquay. Well, put it this way, it's the only stop that he actually asked for. Which we just hit, yeah, speed reduction area, but it's, yeah, reducing the speed to 75. Well, yeah, we're fine. I don't think this train could do 75 if it fell off a cliff. So here we are, coastline is now appearing. So we still have all the rather lush greenery that side, and then this side. So Starcross is the next station. It's about 1¼ miles away. We are not stopping there, so we'll just go straight through. There's a speed increase coming up to 80 mph. Obviously it does not apply to us in the slightest. We can view Starcross from outside. Going through at full tilt, which I always like doing. So there it is. So that was Starcross Station. We're about to enter the 80 mph section. There we are, we're now in there. Makes such a difference. We have a speed restriction down to 70 in a mile and a half. Yet again, makes no difference to us. I suspect the next AWS ramp is going to activate the warning. I have no idea what station that was. No warning, so oh well. It's a good job that we don't need to do anything. as far as slowing down. Now Dawlish Station is coming up, so we can start shaving off a bit of speed. I'm not entirely sure how good the brakes are in this thing. This could be the first time I've actually driven this DMU in this game. It's no slouch, that's for sure. It's so far been quite a decent drive. I don't need to put any power on, so I don't need to worry about the fact that we're still in 4th gear. So according to the ETA, we are about half an hour from the final stop at Paignton. That is obviously not going to take into consideration the stop here or at Torquay. Nevertheless, I don't think we're going to lose a hell of a lot of, well, you know, it's not going to be a hell of a lot longer as a result of these stops. Stop right here. And let's take a look. I mean, you could not get any closer to the coast if you tried. And I have a feeling it's not going to be that long before they are really going to have to start considering relocating this line. We already get a lot of instances where there's a section just coming up where yeah, it's forever getting sort of like swept away from, you know, if there's any storms coming in or whatever, you know. So yeah, really don't know how much longer Dawlish Station is going to stay here. Okay, let's get back underway. It is a bit slow to actually start moving this thing, but once it does get underway, it's no slouch, this thing. We're in a 60 mph section. We know we can do faster than that, so I can't just let it go, you know, straight into max speed. I don't think we need to worry too much about putting the lights on. This tunnel is rather short. But I think this section that we are passing here, and it may be the next section, is the area that is forever being, like, you know, badly affected by, you know, storms and high tides and shit like that. We've got a 75 mph speed limit increase coming up. That will, well, it will mean that we don't need to worry at all about our top speed. And it's highly unlikely that we'll be doing more than 60 by the time we reach that. So yeah, it's this part that is frequently getting hit. Yeah, around where this arch is. That arch is very soon going to end up being a stack. The next station is Paignton, which we'll just be going straight through. So the next station that we are stopping at will be Torquay. And like I say, that is pretty close to Paignton, the final destination. Well, fuck me, I never thought I'd see that, but there we go. We are now in a 75 section, but it is quite short. We will need to shave off some speed. And there's our alert for it. There we go, so we're fine now. This section is relatively short as well, less than a mile and a half. And then we're back to 80 again. So we come away from the coast as we head into Paignton station. Obviously once we're in that 80 mph section, slam it into the full throttle, get it back up to 67.6 to be very precise. We'll have to shave off some speed here, go much faster, and we're going to be speeding, so we'll coast until we are into the 80 mph section. Strangely, the word wankers has just sprung into my head. I can't picture why. Right, up to 100% throttle. There you go, we are now topped out at absolute maximum. You do really sort of feel that this train could do faster than this. It's like it's going well within itself, but anyway, another speed reduction, so we are down to 60 in a mile and a half. let's just coast towards that. You may not need to lose too much speed. I mean, it is coming down at a very slow rate, so in fact I am going to have to apply a little braking, not a hell of a lot. Or more than do it. This is only a fairly short section, and then once we are in the 60 mph, yeah, within that limit, it is just over a mile before the next speed reduction to 40, and then the next station, which is Newton Abbot, and just like before, we will not be stopping there, but it is going to divert us onto another, yeah, it's going to divert us over some points. And unlike when I was in the class 89, I'm actually going to pay attention to what that signal means, rather than saying, fuck it, let's wait till the next one. So I will actually be able to brake in time. Don't really want to pick up too much more speed until we are out of the station. So here we have a single yellow, but that's one of the those signals that for some reason doesn't have a red aspect. And here we are, diverted onto these points. And here we have Newton Abbot. Newton Abbot station. Newton Abbot is another one of those, like, it's a very scenic sort of town and that, but the station being on the outskirts of the town is in a rather less than scenic part of it. I mean, it's not terrible by any stretch, but you know, it's not Romford or Ilford, you know. So we're less than 10 minutes from Paignton, and we are less than 8 miles. So I think there's a good chance that Torquay will be the next station we come to. We're certainly in the Torbay area now. So it's diverted us onto the slow lane, which is fine. So we're into a 45 mph section. So let's get a bit of speed up. It's about as high as we can go, but we do have an increase to 60 coming up within a mile. We are on an uphill gradient, one in 152. We'll see, it's not affecting our speed in the slightest. I have a feeling, yeah, it is starting to get steeper. We are losing speed now on a 1 in 111. So I think we can actually put the throttle up, especially as we have this 60 mph section coming up. We certainly won't be doing over 45 before we enter that section. We are now in it, so we can definitely go max throttle. Last time I did this route, in either a stream or a video, I was in a class 42. That thing struggled on uphill sections far more than this is. We do have a speed decrease coming up to 45, but I mean we're not exactly powering over that speed at the moment, so we won't need to do a great deal to make sure we keep to that speed limit. Thing is, that 45 is coming along just as we reach the pinnacle of this climb. So we're having to keep to 45 as we are heading downhill. Right. So I don't know if that station is pronounced Tor or Torry or Torre, whatever. We'll say it's Tor. That means Torquay is definitely the next one. Okay, so we're fine for the speed limit. So into the 45 section. Try and get sun speed. Actually no, let's not, because yeah, we are now about to hit the downhill section. So it is a 1 in 73. So yeah, we are picking up a lot of speed, which I only noticed just as we hit 46. We're going to need to do a good amount of controlled braking, especially as we actually have to try and get our speed down to 30 as we are going through Tor. So yeah, let's get that sorted out now. So right, we're fine now, but because we are still on this 1 in 73 downhill section, and while it levels out for the station, it then carries on once we have left it. Not have to go very far at all, less than a mile, and we are actually in Torquay itself. So that's the stop that LightheWorld actually requested, so obviously we will be stopping there. So we're on some flat ground now. You can take a look at Tor. Yeah, again, very scenic locale. So we are about to enter the 40 mph section. I don't want to go mad as far as picking up speed, firstly because yeah, we've got that speeding bit, although now we're fine, but also yeah, we are coming down this hill and yet Torquay station is less than half a mile, yeah, less than half a mile away. But yeah, this downhill section, so last time I was playing this route in a video, I was in a class 42 and it was doing this part uphill, and yeah, it was having a real hard time. So, Torquay station, which is on yeah, quite a steep 1 in 56 downhill section and on a curve. I mean, great placement there, guys. Whoever it was that built this fucking station, presumably it was GWR. Here we are at Torquay. It's looks like no one getting off or getting on. Okay, there we go. So Paignton is only 2.2 miles away, so that must surely be the next stop. Yeah, that would help. Less than 2 miles to Paignton now. Now on a 1 in 57 uphill section, no wonder we're losing speed. We're only on a 40 mph section and I just can't get to that speed. It looks like we are on the pinnacle of it now. We can coast for a lot of this. We are now going downhill, so we may end up picking speed. We do need to reduce speed to 15 mph before Paignton station, the final stop of this trip. downhill section was 1 in 96 at its steepest, but yeah, now we're fine. It's leveled out. Okay, let's get ourselves down to 15, which we should do no problem. Yeah, well within time. In fact, we've overdone it again. We're on another downhill section. Yeah, 1 in 81. So it's controlled braking, very much the order of the day here. Yellow signal is fine. We can still approach the station. So we're into the 15 mph section now. I'll be glad when we get off the downhill section. Yeah, I think we are. Yeah, we're off it now. So we can just coast along the last few yards. And here we are then at Paignton, our final destination. Job done. Yeah, what a great route this is. It is such a... if you like scenic routes, then yeah, the Cornish Riviera route really is a must-have. And it's not too slow like, you know, the scenic sort of Scottish routes. It's just a great great route to do in this game. It's also a route I'd love to do in person. Never done it, but yeah, would really like to. And as far as the game goes, yeah, the Class 117 Demu, I'm fairly sure this is the first time I've driven it. I've had it for ages, but I don't know why I got it. But yeah, it's a great loco for this route, especially yeah the big open windows in the front there, so you got a really good view of all the sights of you know, that this route offers. So let's see how we did. I think I did get a few, 3 speeding errors, but other than that, didn't do too badly. So there we are, that is that one done. If you have a particular route and or loco that you want to see in a Train Simulator Classic video, then yep, just click on the old link in the description, bung your request in the comments section. Although check to see that, you know, I do have the route and or loco that you want to see. Clicking on the link will take you to that part of the stream where I go through all of the routes and all the locos that I have. Yeah, and once you've made your request, I'll get it done. Just like this one. So there we go. That was a great one, that. Enjoyed that one. We'll see you at the next one.